David Wood
has absolutely no clue.
David Wood
Has absolutely no clue.
to the dynamic duo and let them take us back some 1,400 years to, as I said, straight from the horse's mouth. Let's go to the mouth of Muhammad. Let's go to the mouth, the Quran itself. What does Islam say? Brother Sam, Brother David, what does Islam say about the Bible, in the Quran, in the Hadith, and the most authentic traditions from the earliest prophet and also the companions and many others from Islam?
Introduced the topic by asking why we hear so often from Muslims that the Bible has been corrupted. You don't hear it from Muhammad. You don't hear it from Muhammad. You don't hear it from Muhammad that there's been this massive corruption of the Bible.
And I want to tell you, whoever told you that either has no clue what he's talking about or he's deliberately deceiving you. Yes. And I'd just like to say, why don't you find out what it is? Because tonight we're going to give you the evidence. And once we've given you the evidence, then you can go to that person who told you that lie and say, all right, how do you explain all of this? And guess what? There simply is no explanation.
You don't hear it from Muhammad. You don't hear from Muhammad that the Apostle Paul totally corrupted Christianity. That's not what you find there at all. So why do Muslims in the modern world say this? Well, it's very simple. Muhammad came along and he said, the book that the Jews had, the books that the Christians have, of course these are revelations of God. And later on, Muslims eventually went to the Bible and realized this doesn't match up with Islam at all. Well, what's the conclusion to draw? The appropriate conclusion to draw is that Muhammad's a false prophet. He said something's there, and it's not there. He said that something was going to line up with his religion, and it doesn't line up with his religion. The conclusion is, he was wrong. He's a false prophet.
Things that make you go,
But Muslims don't want to call Muhammad a false prophet. But the very core of the New Testament, in every book, had to have been thoroughly, utterly corrupted. Is that the picture you'd get from reading the Quran? If you didn't look at the Bible at all, you opened up the Quran and said, what am I supposed to believe about this book that the Christians have? What am I supposed to believe? The question is, are you going to say, these Christians have this thoroughly corrupted book. All of the core doctrines have been just horribly changed by evil people who've twisted and mangled it. Is that the picture you'd get? And as you'll find, that's not the picture you're going to get at all. So now you have a problem, Muslims. Your prophet is telling you to go to a book, right, and that book totally contradicts what your prophet said. So the only conclusion to draw from all this is that Muhammad was a false prophet. No matter what you want to think, Muhammad's a false prophet. Why don't you recognize this?
Go ahead.
The Quran says no one can corrupt Allah's word. No one can change Allah's word, right?
Yes.
No one can change Allah's word.
If the book happens to be the words of Allah, and if the Torah of Moses is the book of Allah, then that means the Torah is also the words of Allah, no one can change his words. That means no one can change any of his books.
Like, for example, in Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 87, it says, وَلَقَدْ أَعْطِينَا مُوسَى الْكِتَابِ. Al-Kitab, it's the same exact word. Al-Kitab min Rabbuka. The same exact word in Arabic for the Torah, for the Anjil, for the Quran. And according to Surah Al-Baqarah, Surah 2, verse 136, it says, we do not discriminate. We do not discriminate any of them. To Allah we have surrendered ourselves in Islam. We do not discriminate from what has been revealed to Ibrahim, to Ismail, to Ishaq, to Yaqub. But you are discriminating from the Quran and from the Torah, and you have no reason in the Arabic of the Quran to do so. With Sam Shamoun
has absolutely no clue.
With Sam Shamoun
has absolutely no clue.
You can't say that either. That's the point of this entire show. You're stuck. There's nowhere to go for you. The only thing you can do is either be totally inconsistent and reinterpret everything Muhammad said and be blind to the fact that the Quran affirms the Bible.
And it doesn't matter what evidence you present to them, they just stick to that.
with Sam Shamoun
That either has no clue what he's talking about or he's deliberately deceiving you.